All right. Can everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
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 All right, lovely people. So this is the Wednesday webinars. So welcome back for those of you that were here last week. We covered some great information on how to optimize your feature speaker presentation or any speaking engagement that you may be of for your business. This week, we're going to do things a little bit different. So I am your host, Mr. Isaac D. Coleman, and I am the holistic health and fitness practitioner for the Reality of Fitness family and the founding president for the Reality of Networking International. My co-host is none other than the legendary, I do mean legendary, in TV, in film, in radio, filmography, Mr. Don Lawler himself, advertising and marketing guru and guerrilla marketing certified expert, is my co-host. Today is March 25th, 2026, on this wonderful Wednesday that the Lord has brought us. On our agenda today, we shall cover the following: the practical purpose of the Wednesday webinars. Segment 1 today will cover what is a mastermind member versus a referral partner. That shall be presented by yours truly, Mr. Isaac D. Coleman. Segment 2 shall be Introduction to Guerrilla Marketing, Part 2, presented by the legendary Mr. Don Lawler. Then we'll have a few moments for Q&A that you can ask any questions from my presentation or any questions from Mr. Lawler as well. So the practical purpose of the Wednesday webinars is very simple, but very powerful. It is to educate and empower entrepreneurs and business professionals with realistic, tried and true tools, technologies, philosophies, and proper protocols designed to help you become more successful with advertising, marketing, masterminding, and networking in your everyday businesses and lives. In other words, the blueprints for how to achieve your goals. So what is a mastermind member versus a referral partner? So let's take a look. First, what a mastermind member is not. Key 1, mastermind members are not second to your clients. They are not separate from your business. They're not strangers to your family, and they are not someone you ignore. Well, here's why. They're not second to your clients because they often become your clients and send you many more clients. They're not separate from your business because they become your business promoters and advocates. They are not strangers to your family, well, because many times they often become like family. And they're not someone you ignore because they become vitally important to you and your business. We've all heard conversation rules the nation. Well, that's just another way of saying communication rules the nation. So you always want to get back to your referral partners, your mastermind members, in a timely fashion. Because as you'll see here in just a moment, they're more than just referral partners. So what a mastermind member actually, factually is. So let's take a look. Key 2, mastermind members are realistically your clients, customers, and audience base. They are your business supporters and promoters. They are your referral partners, but not just your referral partners. You see, I can be referral partners with Miss Bugs or Mrs. Jean and send them referrals from time to time and never hear from them throughout the year. Or if we're mastermind members, well, I'm going to often know what their favorite food is, what their favorite color is, their children's names, their families, and intimate things and details about their business and their personal life, and become more invested in their success because we get to learn each other's businesses and we become intertwined with each other's mutual success. Referral partners, however, I may not talk to you throughout the year, but I'd send you a referral here or there. But I'm not going to be committed to helping you with your social media for business. I'm not going to be committed to helping you understand the ins and outs of business. I'm not going to be committed to helping you get into special events and teaching you things that I've learned and that I've seen, that I've tried, failed, and passed again. Mastermind members, in the words of the legendary Dr. James Renford Powell, you're there for a common cause, a common purpose, a shared success. Mastermind members are your business partners. Many times, your mastermind members may become specialized vendors of your business. They may become independent contractors associated with your business. They may become people who not only advocate and promote you, but support you by being integral parts of your actual business. This can involve affiliate marketing, so on and so forth. Mastermind members are your lifelong reciprocal relationships, meaning we give to each other and we receive just as much as we put out. In other words, the Holy Bible says the law of reaping and sowing. You reap what you sow. But you can't sow if you hadn't reaped. You can't reap if you hadn't sowed. So your mastermind members are people who are constantly giving to you because you're constantly giving to them. The way the reciprocity of the law works, you give first, and then you shall receive. The more you give, well, the more you shall receive. If that law is out of balance, well, that relationship will never work. As Dr. Jim always says in the Universal Laws of Society, the society class, I have only love to give, and therefore I have only love to receive. So your mastermind members understand this principle, this philosophy, this fact of universal law and universal being, and you come into harmony with that law because you understand that the more I give, for a fact, the more I shall receive. But if I've given little or getting nothing, well, the law states I must receive little or nothing. That is just the way that works. Mastermind members understand that as students and as teachers of the universal laws of success. Mastermind members, philosophically, are people who fight for you in rooms you aren't even in yet. They're constantly telling other people about you. They're boasting you up personally and professionally, and they're getting people ready and geared up to do business with you, and they hadn't even met you yet. Those are mastermind members. They are people who become emotionally and financially invested in you and your business. Not just lifelong clients and friends, but they genuinely want to see you succeed. There are people who make it part of their purpose to help you be successful in your business and in your life. They are people who stop at nothing to see you succeed. Mastermind members are also practically business professionals who become your high performing yet unpaid sales team. Let this soak in for a minute. You got business professionals who you've coached up, trained up. They understand your business and you're not paying them. And they're out there working for you. They're knocking on doors. When they're knocking on doors for their businesses, they're also knocking on doors for your businesses. When they're making those cold calls like Mr. Missy Johnson, they're also making those cold calls for your business. When they're out there working and networking, they always keep you in two places, top of mind and in their heart. And with that, you can't fail, but you can only excel with your mastermind members. Now, very important fact for your sales team, because that's what your mastermind members are. They're your glorified sales team. You have to track your success. You have to track your success with all things. You must track your sales team. You must track your referrals received and your referrals given. You must track your health and fitness and associated goals, your weight, your body fat, your cholesterol, etc. You must track your wealth and finance, your income received, your money spent, saved, and invested. You must track your accountability for yourself first and your sales team, i.e., your mastermind members. And next week, on April 1st, April Fools, we're going to go over how to track your success with referrals, the tried and true methods, and the methods that many entrepreneurs use that does not work out well for them, that has been shown over the years. So, with that being said, I now move you all from the masterminding and networking education over to my co-host, Mr. Don Lawler himself, to learn more about advertising and marketing and the proper way to do that. And so, for those of you who wasn't here last week, I will give you a brief but detailed introduction of my co-host. Today, I have the honor to introduce Mr. Don Lawler of Storytellers and Brand Aid, branding that sticks. If you confuse you lose. Quote by Mr. Don Lawler. Mr. Lawler can help you tell a better story to grow a better brand. Mr. Don is a national award-winning writer, producer, and director, and has told stories on radio and television for over 40 years, ladies and gentlemen, while working with celebrities, athletes, speakers, marketers, and Fortune 500 companies. Today, he helps entrepreneurs tell their brand stories and create standout brands. He does it with brand strategy, messaging, broadcast, quality video, photography, and coaching. Clients have included companies like FedEx, Chevrolet, Train, Pfizer, Xlax, GlaxoSmithKline, Medtronic, Microport, Marriott, Boy Scouts of America, Come and Get It Dog Food, Rebel Books, Stroh's Beer, Haverty's Furniture, National Tire Wholesale, and hundreds of small businesses just like yours. Mr. Lawler served as a president of the Columbia School of Broadcasting and also helped launch 12 successful companies. He was vice president of marketing at Genesis Treatment Centers, where his strategy increased revenue by 237% in only 6 months. And he was vice president of marketing and co-founder of HealthStream, where he raised $30 million for an IPO. Mr. Lawler helped launch a full-power television station, manage a multi-million-dollar media center, and an international broadcasting ministry reaching 36 countries. Mr. Lawler is a certified guerrilla marketing coach and was mentored by the likes of Mr. J. Conrad Levinson, creator of the Marlboro Man, Jolly Green Giant, Pillsbury Doughboy, and Tony the Tiger. And he participated in marketing masterminds and marketing courses with experts including Zig Ziglar, Jay Abraham, Dan Kennedy, Donald Miller, and Fabian Fredrickson. Branding with Pia Silva, and personal branding training with Jamie Swanson and Jesse Wyman currently. Without a doubt, Mr. Lawler has demonstrated a history of adding value while working in the broadcasting media, marketing, advertising, and videography industries. It's simple. If you want to level your brand, have a better strategy, and tell a better story, call Mr. Don Lawler of Storytellers and Brand Aid, branding that sticks. I yield the floor.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You're way too kind.
Yes, sir.
Way too kind. I'd forgotten about Revel Books. I'm actually working with another publisher this week and doing a podcast. So I'd totally forgotten about Revel Books. That was a long time ago. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're here tonight. And we're in round 2. I've got just the training that I've got the books, 2 of them, literally this thick. And I didn't even know where to begin. So I'm going to start with something kind of simple tonight. Years ago, I wrote a 10-minute marketing plan guerrilla marketing plan for entrepreneurs, just to make it simple every day to have something to work from. Now, I got my certification, I think, around 1994. It's a long time ago. Things have changed a lot, but guerrilla marketing is still true because it's really not the technique so much. It is trying to harness what you got, where you are, and what your situation is, and putting a judo flip on the business so that you can go further with less. Case in study, I had opened one of my businesses years ago called Airborne Radio. and it kind of had a military theme to it, that kind of thing. And back in the day, I don't know if any of you remember this song. There was a song, I can't even remember the guy, Sergeant somebody, but anyway, it was Fighting Soldiers from the Sky. Remember that? I don't know if you do or not. If not, it was a good song. But basically, I used that, and we had a Airborne Radio. The whole purpose was to try and do projects for anybody advertising on radio or radio stations around the country. We did jingles, we did commercial work, we did consulting, all of that. And so to launch it, I had a problem. I had a very small new business and very small budget, and I had to think of something that was out of the box and enter Airborne Radio with Guerrilla Marketing help. So what did I do? When I'm talking small budget, and I'm trying to reach all of the major players in the country. And so I came up with this little idea. My best ideas, honestly, and I want you to think this way too, come when I least expect about it. I put it into my brain. I've got a problem to solve. I got to figure out something that's unique and different, and that's going to speak louder than I can with my pocketbook, because my pocketbook doesn't have the budget. And so, and I think we all can understand that, because we're all 1 or 2 person businesses these days, and entrepreneurial. I left the big corporate world years ago, and I love entrepreneurs. I love creating small business, and I love helping people build their businesses. So here's what I did to launch Airborne Radio. I was in the store looking, I don't know, I must have been looking for something for one of my kids, probably my son, and I saw these little army soldiers, little green army soldiers with parachutes on them, right? And so I thought, okay, this is an idea. How am I going to catch the attention of executives at radio stations and Radio and Records magazine and all these people? And so I typed up a nice letter. I really thought it out, what would catch their attention very quickly. And I put these little army guys and their parachutes, they were wrapped up their parachute, in a bulky little letter. So this is before people got afraid of what was in a letter, an envelope. It makes you want to open it up, right? So I sent out the little letter inside of an envelope, said Airborne Radio, had the new logo on it and everything. It looked really cool and different. Kind of looked like the wings on an airman's or pilot's jacket. And so anyway, I sent these things out. And I started getting phone calls from executives saying, one of them called and says, this was crazy. It caught my attention. First of all, it was in an envelope, and it was lumpy. And I thought, who's going to send me a letter in a lumpy envelope? And he opened it up, and there's this little Airborne Ranger. I had the little note all about it. And we put a jingle in there. We had written a jingle using the words from Sergeant Sadler. That was it. Look him up. And we were singing the song of the Green Beret, but it was about Airborne Radio. And so anyway, of course, these guys were in the radio business, so they all had tape recorders. They popped it in there and they listened to the jingle. They read the note. And he said, I just threw this off the 5th floor of our building. They apparently had an inside balcony, set of balconies, like in a major hotel or something like that. And he threw it off, and he said that we were having fun throwing that thing off the balcony. And guess what? I ended up in Radio and Records and a couple other major magazines, and I was off and running. People started calling. They wanted someone who was this creative to take care of their projects. So that's just a little story of taking what you've got and making it stand out and catch attention. So I hope you start looking at things a little differently as you go out. Now, I don't know how much time I have, but I do have a 10-minute process where
you got 14 and a half minutes.
How many?
14 and a half minutes.
Okay, we're good. We're good. I'll move fast. I'll move fast. Okay, I came up with a 10-minute guerrilla marketing guide to help you have a set of things to do every day to help you out. Now, don't take these as the gospel truth. If they work for you, do it. If you don't, and you come up with a better idea, do that instead. I've got a tickle in my throat, so I'm going to grab a sip of water here and grab my notes. And just to kind of guide you where we're going, Isaac, you're going to have to show me how to use to put your text up online one day, so I can do that, because I love having those bullet points and
Absolutely
what you're talking about. I can look at that instead of trying to look at a piece of paper. But minute one of your day is going to be a marketing plan. Now, you're not going to create that in 1 minute, but you're going to revisit it every day for 1 minute. Okay? This is a 10-minute plan so that you can get right to work. Number two, let's see if I can see my notes here. 1 minute. Okay. Oh, okay. A lot of notes in between 1 minute and two. Number two is going to be accountability. And we'll talk about that hopefully tonight. If we don't, we'll put it in the future edition. And minute three is relationships. Isaac just talked about a mastermind. That's probably some of the best relationships I've ever built in being in multiple masterminds over my career. I don't think I'd ever heard of Mastermind, even though there was a famous book written about it. Help me out with that, Isaac.
Think and Grow Rich by Dr.
Yes.
Napoleon Hill.
Yes, yeah. And I had read that years ago, but I didn't see it in practice usually until sometime in the middle of the 90s. Okay, so relationships. Number three is visit your key contacts. We'll talk about how to go about that. That's your fourth minute. Your fifth minute. This looks very different on paper to me than it did on my computer. Let's see, where are we? 5. Okay, 5 minute. Minute 5 is exploring your options in the day. We'll talk about that. And minute 6 are the tools for marketing. Now, J. Conrad Levinson had 10 tools that he put out there for the average entrepreneur. Don't use them all. Pick the ones that work or try a few. The ones that work, keep using them and move on to something else. As time goes on, your business grows. Minute number 7 is the identity, your identity. I think you kind of talked about that a little bit this week or last week. Minute number 8 is your niche. I could talk about niches forever. That's part of what I do in strategy and helping people find the right niche, not to be all things to all people, because it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. There was a day Sears and Roebuck sold everything to everybody, but now there's all sorts of stores that have taken a lot of that business away from them. And guess what? They're out of business. And who would have ever thought that? They were the giant. Okay, and minute number 10 is just do it. Okay.
Wait a minute. So I thought that was number 9.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was what was number 9?
Oh, almost time. Oh, well, no, number 9. I'm sorry. Yeah, goals. In minute number 9, we're going to talk about your goals. That's goals. Your goals. Okay. And you're going to set a set of goals, and they will change as times change. So you got to be flexible. You got to be thinking like a gorilla. Okay. The guy that jumped out of the tree at the last tree may not be the same guy or person or tank that's going to come out of the next tree. You just gotta as an entrepreneur, you gotta roll with the punches. And you gotta be ready. Okay, let me get back to minute number 1 if I can find my way back. I tell you, dyslexia and ADHD are both curses and blessings. And I'm having a hard time. A lot of my eyesight I lost after a surgery gone wrong. It wasn't the surgeon's fault. It was just what was going on. So it's blurry looking at this little paper instead of my big screen. Okay, so minute number one, let's talk about your marketing plan. The first minute of your day, focus on your marketing plan. Now, we can talk about the details of setting up a marketing plan, or you can go online and get a book, go to the library, get a book. You can use AI to write you a marketing plan by giving it plenty of information about who you are, what your business is about, who you serve, and what your service or product does for that person. So the first minute of the day, you want to focus on that marketing plan. Whatever you write down, or whatever AI or your business coach writes down, or your mastermind helps you with, that's what you want to look at that first minute. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here are 7 steps in guerrilla marketing. The purpose of your marketing, you begin with the end in mind, okay? Maybe it's to develop 100 new leads next month, or generate 100 web hits in a day, or cultivate 10 new clients in the next 3 months. Spend a little time looking at your plan and what you've got to accomplish today. Okay. And tomorrow may be different. Things may have changed a little bit. Tweak as you go, but only change what's not working. And if it's not working immediately, don't get frustrated. Keep going, because you'll probably figure out something soon, as long as you're looking and thinking like a gorilla. Okay. Think about the benefits of your product or service. I'm sure you've done that to some extent, or you wouldn't be selling what you're trying to sell. Marketers often confuse people with features and benefits. Do you know what a feature is versus a benefit? Well, features, like, for instance, are airbags in your car, right? That's a nice feature to have. Keeps you from getting hurt or killed in an accident. But the benefit of that are really the feelings of safety and security. Like an ergonomic chair. I'm sitting in an okay chair, but it's not my best chair. I've got that in my office. It relieves pressure on my back and my spine and helps with stress relief during the day. Or telecoaching. You talk with somebody on the video or on the phone. The benefit, that's the feature, is telecoaching, but the benefit is you don't have to commute. You can call from anywhere. And I've got a number of people that I've coached with, Donald Miller in Nashville and Pia Silva in New York, who are further along than I am in what I do. And they are 2 of my mentors and have been since about 2018 or 19. Okay, so minute number 2 is accountability. In the second part of your business, think about what your coach or accountability group, your mastermind, has encouraged you to do and agreed to do. Are you doing it? Make sure you do. Okay. Let's see. Minute number 3. How are we doing on time? Relationships. Okay, relationship in the third minute.
You got 6 minutes.
Okay. In the third minute of your business day, just look at your database and remind yourself of all the friends, clients, vendors, prospects, relationships you have, and people you've promised to do something for. In fact, if you've promised them something, try and do it on time and before if possible. Did you know that industry experts say that it costs 6 to 7 times as much to get a new client or customer as it costs to continue selling to and keeping happy your current client or customer? That's a 600 to 700% increase by helping the people you've already agreed to serve. Minute number 4 is go through your key contacts. Stop and think about your key contacts, and those are the people who hold the greatest potential for increasing your sales. They may be clients or even vendors or business contacts that you've connect with at some point in time. Make sure you try and meet them, set a coffee meeting with them, meet on the phone, meet on Zoom. Just even a few minutes can go a long way. Find out what they need and try and help them get that. And as you do, they will build trust. You'll build trust with them, and they will call and help you. In business, there's something called the Pareto principle. I'm not sure if you've heard of that or not, but it's called the 80-20 rule. And I've seen it play out in a lot of ways in all forms of life beyond marketing, but it works pretty true. It's really a rule of thumb to figure out how to best spend your time, your money, and your resources. For instance, 80% of your sales probably come from about 20% of your clients. Think about that, and I'd like some feedback just to see if that is indeed true in your business. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir. I
okay.
wholeheartedly agree. The 80-20 rule works definitely in sales and business, and it works in every arena. I learned from Mr. Jim Rohn, it works in every arena, and I've checked it out. He said, go ask the pastor at the church, who pays 80% of the tithes? About 20% of the members pay 80% of the tithes.
Who do 80% of the work at the church? 20%
Bingo,
of the members.
about 20%. And you're going to always have clients that way in your businesses, even though we all got different industries. That rule works and applies just like a universal law. Works everywhere. And about 20% of our clients right now are paying about 80% of the revenue that we're receiving. That's just the bottom line, is it not?
Yes, it is. And if you
Anybody
want to
else?
drill just a little bit further, you take that 20%, and 80% of those people are not your best clients.
Bingo, yes.
20% of those are your best clients, or better clients. And you can go even deeper.
Oh, okay.
You can go even deeper. I just did a study recently where it was only a handful of the people had the money, and will actually write big checks that you just wouldn't imagine, just because time is expensive to them and they want you to take care of it for them. So anyway, we'll go further. Okay, so
Yes, sir. Somebody else? Go ahead.
Yes. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, I do totally agree with that. In fact, that's something that I I teach with my agents and stuff as well, because I learned just working like Mr. Isaac said, working in the finance room for a while at my church home. I found out that it's true. You got a lot of people on the books, but not a lot of people are doing anything. And so then also when it came to the agents with insurance, it doesn't even matter the company. You can look at the amount of agents that they have, but it's more close to home that 20% of those agents are hitting the goals that are given. They are they're really truly out there hitting it. And then you have the rest of them that are just scragglers that are throwing up a policy here and there. So that's totally true.
Thank you, Denise. That's I appreciate you sharing. And anybody, when we're talking, feel free to share anything that goes with what we're talking about. That's awesome. Okay, fifth minute is exploring options. We all have too many options. Having ADHD, I chase squirrels all day long. And it's really hard, but I have to really focus. So those who have ADHD, we may have a separate mastermind for that. But think about ways that you can delight your customers. That's probably one of the best things. Nobody's expecting you to come out of left field. We're all busy, and do something nice for them. That really goes a long way. So think specifically what you can do to surprise them and do something that they need, and do not expect anybody to come to help them with. I think Mr. Isaac is really, really good at that. Minute 6 is tools for marketing. J. Conrad Levinson, the father of guerrilla marketing, like I mentioned earlier, had a list of 100 marketing weapons to increase your business. And I'll try and give you some of those in the future. Minute 7 is identity. Okay, we can't be all things to all people. What are you known for? Do you have an identity in the market where, okay, I need insurance. Who am I going to call? I think it's Mr. Mishi, right? Or I need help with a health problem. I'm calling Isaac. So he's got, both of you have very clear identities. I don't think you're trying to do a whole lot of other things. At least I don't know of those. But your audience, and I have several audiences, each one, I'm trying not to dilute. They know me as what I am in that field. Okay. And I help them in that field. You guys know me as a marketer, and that's really been my jam since 1980. But I do photography, I do video, and people who want me for video do not necessarily want me for photography. Sometimes they do, but I have very unique clients in those niches. Okay, the last minute 8 is the niche, as I just mentioned, and it's what makes you so special that other people will say, "Oh, you need a photographer? You need to call Don. You need a videographer. You need to call Don." I've got, I do graphic design too, but that's not my forte. I'm just kind of good at it. I have a client, the publishing client, needed some help with something for his publisher was asking him to do, and he didn't know how to do it. So he gave me a photo of one of the guys mentioned in his book who was a soldier in Vietnam, and he has his children as teens in a separate picture. And his daughter is hugging her big brother. And I got to take those 3 pictures and make a new picture out of them. Well, I learned a lot about a new form of AI today, because in about an hour, I produced a picture. It was really frustrating for a bit because they couldn't get what I wanted done. But I found myself using another piece of software I'd never heard of or used before. And within just a few minutes, I had a picture that looked like I had taken it by myself with all 3 of those people, him in uniform, and them just looking like teens in front of a school. Believe it or not. And he just thought, "You're a genius." No, I wasn't. I was just being resourceful and trying to think like Guerrilla to win the battle. So anyway, he was thrilled, and his publisher is thrilled too. So that was niche 8. Was your niche? Let's see. Minute 9 is your goals. Let's see. I think we all have goals. Mine change occasionally. But I try and really focus on a few that I can actually win as a solopreneur. By myself, I used to have teams of people to do things. It was really easy to delegate to the right person and our team, and they would go and do it. And I just basically managed it. But now it's a little tougher. I'm a little older. I don't see quite as well. And I like I said, if a squirrel ran across the floor, I'd be looking at it right now. So think about your goals for the day, your week, and really hyper focus and try and do as much as you can to stay on task to get those goals accomplished. One of my mentors only says work on 1 to 3 goals for the day and focus on that. If you got more time, fine. But that usually will eat up most of your time in business, because now the stats are saying that we spend about 60% of our day dealing with social media and interruptions. So focus and work on your goals. And number 10, 10th minute, just do it. I just bought a book. I'm reading by an author. She was a former CEO, and I didn't realize how hard life had been for her. She just about lost everything several times. But she was like me, kind of distracted easily. And she came up with a thing called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She has a national show and a television show. And when she got ready to walk on the stage, butterflies and all, they started counting down. In fact, the audience helped her count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She just had to go. kind of like going out of a plane. When the jump master says go, you go. So I'm now trying to practice that in my life, because it's very easy for me to get distracted and get focused on something else besides what my goals were for the day. And it usually starts with a phone call or a request from my kids or my grandkids or whatever. But anyway, now I'm saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. So I hope that helped, and we can talk about anything you want in more depth if you want. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, beautiful people. We're now going to open it up for Q&A. So does anyone have anything? You can raise your hand or you can speak and ask Mr. Lawler anything specific, or myself.
My name is Opal. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, we can.
Okay. I just want you mention that book. I might want to read it. I just want the name of it and who wrote it.
Okay. Go ahead, Isaac, take it. I'm going to go find that book. It just came in. So
All right, no problem.
I'll let you know.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Anybody else have anything in the meantime? Any questions? Any ideas? Any suggestions? Any requests for any future Wednesday webinars? What to focus on?
Okay, I got the book.
Ms. Mel Robbins.
Oh, yeah, I
Robbins.
got a book by her, The Let Them Theory. Okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, yeah.
She has a
Oh, yeah.
YouTube channel too, but she does television and
Yeah.
she's right. I related to this in a minute because I'm the guy counting 5, 4, 3, 2.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
her.
I shared
yeah,
a video by her to the Mastermind group last year.
yeah. She's
Okay.
I
great.
shared it in Signal, so I'm not sure if everybody read it or not, but yes, yeah, she's really
Yes.
She
good.
has some really smart people on her YouTube channel.
Yeah, she got Audible books and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I get in touch with you, sir?
My phone number, I can give it to you right now, and Isaac has it in his notes.
Mhm.
But
And it's
90
also in your email, Miss Allen, that I emailed
Oh,
to you
okay.
at
Yeah.
the bottom
Okay.
of his professional
Yeah.
resume.
Okay.
His client list, his information, his LinkedIn profile, phone number,
Okay.
everything is there. But you can go ahead and take it as well now since
That's
you're
all
here.
right. I got it. I did look at his profile, but I don't remember that. That's okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for asking. And Isaac, thank you for putting all that information out there. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Absolutely. Anybody else got any burning questions? Need help with guerrilla marketing tactics or techniques? Miss Bugs.
Hey, so I just want to say thanks again for the invite, and it was a lot of great information. And so, so thank you, Mr. Dunn, for this. I don't have any questions, but the Think Like a Guerrilla plan is something that I plan to use moving forward. And thank you for sharing that. And my wheels over here are turning. I'm like, wow, this is such great information. So thank you so much.
Entrepreneurs, how long have you been in business?
Yeah, not long, just a couple of months. So I'm a beginner. Yeah, I'm just getting started.
That's great. That's great.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any way we can help you do that. Tell me about your business. What are you trying to do and who are you serving?
Yeah, so I'm actually a licensed insurance agent.
Okay.
So that's I know there's a couple of us on here, and so that I connected with great women, and so that's my passion, my goal. I'm really trying to get out there and elevate my business and grow. And right now I'm in the beginning stages, so I'm learning a lot of stuff, trying to gain as much knowledge as possible, and to be successful. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. We
Yeah.
want to see you grow.
Thank you.
Real
Thank you.
quickly, I mean, you don't have to go buy expensive books. They're very expensive. I've invested more money in books and tapes and training than my wife probably would like, but that's my jam. I love it. But go to the library. J. Conrad Levinson, Mel Robinson, all these people are in the library.
Yeah, and on Libby, I have an app, Libby. You can just get it off of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love Mel. She's so I watch her
Me
YouTube channel
too.
all the time because when I
yeah,
heard you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I said he got to be talking
yeah,
about
Yeah.
Mel Robb.
yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
her. I love her.
Anyone who's ever been on television, they've
Yes,
experienced that. And you're sitting there,
absolutely.
you're afraid to, oh my gosh, I'm going on, and
Yeah, yes.
sorry, one, you're on.
Right, right.
Just jump in and
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
a great
Well,
stuff.
Mrs. Connie says she can't wait to get on television. She says she's looking forward to it, and she says she don't
That's
need
awesome.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She says she just needs one. She's ready to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's way to go, Connie. You're getting all ready for. She's looking great. She's ready for television. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because I was just telling her yesterday in her training session, just do it. She was like, "Oh, I'm
Just
scared to
do
do
it.
the jumps. I'm scared." I said, "No, take the Nike approach. A multi-trillion-dollar company. Just do it. Let's
Just
just go.
do it.
Let's go. Just do it. It
It's
worked."
only money.
And
Just do it.
and she did it. She's doing amazing with her weight loss, with her toning. Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's doing absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm
So
proud of her. She's
me
doing
too.
great.
Yes, sir.
Look at that
Anybody else
model
got
back there.
anything?
I'm seeing that handsome man back there that keeps following behind you.
There you go. Dr. Jim, you got anything? Mrs. Jean, you got anything? Miss Amy, anybody?
Oh, to meet with Don and spill my guts last week. So
He came to my confessional with me.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
No, we had a good time. We had a good time.
I just want to say it was an awesome presentation and listening to you. You did, and you brought back some things, of course, that I knew. We kind of forget things, and you kind of brought them back, put some more life into them, like the 80-20. Of course, we know about the 80-20 rule and all the comments that have been made about the 80-20 rule.
Mhm.
It's very true, and it's everywhere. It's like
Yeah.
the air. And anything you want to challenge it with, it's
Right.
there. So thank you so much. And it was your easy presentation that kept my attention. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that for the confirmation. And again, 80-20 even applies to the 80-20. If you want to make some real money, I'm telling you, just go down tighter and tighter and really help the person who's got the money and doesn't have the time. And they will thank you. They
Exactly.
will do it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Miss Amy, got anything?
Not at the moment. I did record today so that I can go back and actually make all of my notes. But I definitely did enjoy the presentation again, as I did last one, and looking forward to the next one.
Well, very good. Very good. Very good. Everybody clear on what a mastermind member is versus just a referral partner? Did that all make sense? Good. Mr. Lawler, Miss Bugs, good. Very good. Mrs. Connie, good, good. Very good. No, Dr. Jim wants me to focus more on breaking down what mastermind members are. So we're going to be focusing on that quite a bit and understanding the difference between just networking as opposed to masterminding. So we're definitely going to be focusing on that a lot going forth in our future. So absolutely. So beautiful, everybody. And everybody's got the email that I sent that has Mr. Don Lawler's contact information. Everybody received that? Wonderful. And if you didn't see it yet, check your email and look at the bottom. There's attachments, has his LinkedIn profile, his contact information, and his client list as well. And he'll be more than happy to connect you all to various people and businesses and groups that you're trying to get into. He has an amazing network as well. It holds true what Ms. Porter-Gayle said. Your network
Is your
is
network.
linked to your network. Amen. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, beautiful people, it is 7:33 p.m. If no one else has anything, then we're going to go ahead and wrap up for this week. And we'll be back here next week, which will be the first Wednesday. And mine will focus on how to track your success, particularly with referrals, how to track your success with referrals. So that's going to be very important, very powerful. You're going to see the 80-20 rule in real life, in play. You're going to see who you're giving to and the rewards you're getting. You're going to see who is giving to you and the rewards they're receiving as well. And it's going to really help to shape your understanding better, making you a greater giver, making you a better receiver, and making you a better mastermind member overall. So that's going to really be profound for everybody. So I can't wait. So, all right, Mr. Lawler, you got anything else before we close out, sir?
Thank you for everyone's participation and being here.
Absolutely.
Okay. And thank you guys for the energy that you all put into just making sure that we are well informed.
You're so welcome, Mr. Misa. You're absolutely welcome. Well, all right, beautiful people. I love you all. Thank you all once again for being here. Look forward to seeing you all next week, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on April Fool's Day. And in the meantime, if you need anything, reach out to me, reach out to Mr. Lawler, reach out to all these other beautiful smiling faces on this Zoom. And you all have a beautiful, blessed night. Love you all.
You too. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.